Well, hello there. Oh yeah, I ain't never doing that again. My wrist does not work. Anyways, hi, welcome to another vlog. I'm Avery, if you don't know who I am. And a little surprise, I went to New York, like, a week ago. I know, you're probably like, Avery, what the freak? But, yeah, I got asked to do a vlog by one of my friends. Not giving her name because I don't think she wants her name on there. But yeah, this is for you. Credits to you. But also, I just want to show, like, how New York is and all of that. It was truly amazing to go at Christmas time. It was really, really magical. So, yeah, let's start off with Thursday night. So, first we start off with MSY Airport, and this is me just, like, so excited. This was also the phase when I realized we had to get our flights changed because flights were delayed to 11:45, which means we wouldn't be getting there until, like, 3 a.m., but we did get our flights changed from JetBlue to Delta for this flight only, so we're back in the airport. Went through TSA as usual, and then we found our terminal. And after we found our terminal, I sat and watched Henry Danger for an hour. Okay, got our ticket, like our actual seat. Walked in the little thing, which was actually really cold, and I really did not enjoy it at all. But you can see me trying to check it. It was cold. And then here's on the plane. This is the only clip I got on the plane because I went to sleep. Yeah, I know, I went to sleep. Just because the flight was a direct flight, it was about 3 hours. But anyways, fast forward. We get to the airport, the JFK one, and yeah, it's cold. Going from my weather to that weather, yeah, it was really cold. So we waited, and, you know, got cold, and the driver just, like, never showed up, and basically kept telling us we had to go to different places to meet him. And keep in mind, he was a certified driver for the airport. Like, he was licensed. So this made this completely worse, and I was cold. And it was just low-key buns that he couldn't, like, tell us a specific point. Anywho's, he finally picked us up, and then the ride in New York wasn't that bad. It was just, like, we had to go through, like, so much, airport traffic, like, security traffic, I guess. So we didn't get to the hotel near the Chrysler Building until about 1 a.m., so, like, I was out of it. Which moves us to the next day, which is Friday. Oh, look at that beautiful face. Good morning. She looks so rested. It was raining when I woke up, which was just lovely because, you know, rain. But we got dressed around 10:05. We were ready, and we hit the streets and said hello to the Chrysler Building, even though I was probably going to say hello to it like 50 more times because we passed it every time. Then we kept walking, and we were at Grand Central. Grand Central is a bus terminal and a subway area. You can take the subway there, you can buy bus tickets. But Grand Central really does hold a special place in my heart. It's just very beautiful, and the architecture in it just, like, blows me away. I will never not go to New York and not go to Grand Central. If it's a trip and I'm taking it again, if I ever go to New York, we're going to Grand Central. Okay, a little bit more walking, and we went to the NBA store. Now, I have no clue who any of these players are besides Stephen Curry, so yeah. We went to Radio City next, and we did not go see the Rockettes, but either way, Radio City is still a classic place to go. Saw Great Gatsby and had some fine wine singing to us while we dine. Then we went to Times Square, and Times Square is really iconic. It's a little overrated. You can't go to New York without going to Times Square. So it kind of sums it up. Next on the list was Richard Rodgers Theater, and Richard Rodgers has always held a special place in my heart since I became a fan of Hamilton. So just seeing this in person really did put a different aspect on it, and I would truly be thankful for this opportunity to go past it. I was in love. Next was this Louis Vuitton building, and I know it's still under construction, but, like, just looking at this was like, whoa. Then we went by New York Times, cool. And yeah, the rest are just pictures and the Rockefeller that everybody has been waiting for. It is genuinely a beautiful tree, nothing else needs said, and yeah, that's it because my phone died right after that. Which actually moves us on to Saturday. And Saturday, I was feeling much better about myself. We got the day started off pretty early. We took a subway to the Vessel, and I can't remember what part of New York it is, but the Vessel is relatively new. It was beautiful. It was just really magical because of how it was built, and the buildings around it really did bring in the atmosphere. In my opinion, this was probably the cleanest part of New York that we could have gone to. There were constantly people on the street sweeping it up, and I was just kind of like a little blown away. and they had a nice seating area like that's coming up. It was really pretty, and it was like almost like a mini park inside of the area. But yeah, keep walking and we go into the mall, which is like almost attached to the vessel almost. And it was beautiful, decorated for Christmas, met a nutcracker, and yeah. So if some of you are wondering like how I kept my hands warm while filming this, I had 2 hot hands in my pockets, and those things got really hot. But yeah, we kept walking, you know, kept looking at some things around, and then yeah, we got on the subway again, lucky us. And that actually took us to the big postal office. It spit us out right there, which was actually maybe about 3 blocks away from Central Park. And Central Park, let me just tell you, was almost like a taste from home. It kind of felt like I was walking just, you know, in my backyard at home. And which is, you know, is like kind of hard to say because that's all so many people have in New York. And the animals there and all of that. So I am really thankful. But anyways, coming up is the bridge where Buddy meets Santa and all of that and Elf. And the bridge was actually really old going across it. It's still beautiful, and it actually is Pine Bank Arch, so I was close. Next, we went to the Plaza Hotel, and seeing the Plaza in person was like, whoa, I feel like Kevin from Home Alone. The building was beautiful. You can still tell it has the vintage-ish look from it from the movie. But just like a representation, this is how big it looked in .5. And then kept walking to this building, which I had no clue what this building is, but I loved it. And somehow we ended up at Hamilton's grave. I know. You're probably wondering, like, Avery, why did you end up at Hamilton's grave? I promise I'm not digging him up. That's a little too much. He's in a grave. And I just wanted to see Hamilton. Yeah. Let's just keep going from that. But he was buried at Trinity Church, and Trinity Church is so pretty at night. Let me just tell you that as a fact. And the Wall Street tree was just as good as the Rockefeller. It was like seeing 2 Rockefeller trees back to back. I absolutely loved it because I love seeing big old Christmas trees like that. Took the subway again. It was starting to get late, so I started getting really tired and like ready to go home. And yeah, I ended up being sick at the end of this from all the cold, which actually moves us on to Sunday. And Sunday woke up and I forgot to film everything, so we're starting at the library. My mom wanted to go see the library. It was just us, so we got Starbucks while the boys were going to watch the New York Giants. Kept walking, and I was pretty much enjoying it, just, you know, being here at Gap. And I did try on some stuff and take an iconic picture in the mirror. And I did get these barrel jeans. Honest thoughts on them, I really do like them. Ignore the fact that my toes are curled like that. I don't know what I was doing. But after I got that pair of jeans, we changed into more formal stuff, and we ended up at Walter Kerr for Hadestown. Oh, yes. Can't believe I'm still saying it. But yes, we went and saw Jack Wolf in Hadestown. I'm still not over it from the fact of that. Is just saying that while editing, I'm not over going to see Hadestown. It was truly amazing. And we had really great seats. So, yes, thank you so much for taking me to go see Hadestown. I got a shirt, I got an ornament that's currently on my tree, and then we got cups, you know, just cups. So, anyways, after that, we walked by the Empire State Building. I said my hellos and my final goodbyes. So sad. And that leads us into Monday morning. It was so early in the morning for our flight. So, yeah, this was like 6 o'clock. Drinking some apple juice because I had a bunch of congestion in my chest, and this is basically pretty much when my sickness started coming on, and I did not feel well at all. But anyways, we got on our little car Uber thingy. It's not an Uber. And we watched the sunrise from the car while we drove to JFK. It was actually really pretty that morning, which was a good way to say goodbye to the big city. I will be back. Somehow I'll find my way back there. But anyways, made it to JFK, and this was the most chaotic I've seen an airport. First time flying at Christmas, do not recommend. Got on our first flight to Boston, about 40 minutes, and this is when I started feeling really bad. I don't know if the altitude was helping or all that, but anyways, made it to Boston. We got like a 15-minute break, and then we were on another one to MSY, which was about a 4.5-hour flight. I do have to say we waited about 15 minutes before we actually were off the plane when we got there. But the flight was actually really pretty quick. I mean, I took a small nap, played a Project Makeover in Roblox, and then we were leaving the terminal. And this is when I was kind of ready to get home, and I was actually starting to miss everything. MSY Airport is actually one of my favorite airports, in my opinion. The bathrooms are always clean, and, you know, it's just a really nice airport to begin with. Even though it is relatively newer, I don't know how the old one looked because, you know, still too young for traveling then. But yeah, we got our check-in bags, and then we were on the elevator to our garage for our vehicle. And I was actually really getting excited because, you know, I'd been standing up for a while because it took forever to get our check-in bags. But I got mine by myself because I'm a big girl. And yeah, that was pretty much it after that. It was about a 2.5-hour drive home. So we did eventually stop for lunch, and lunch was amazing. It was so good because I was so hungry, and I even got ice cream afterwards. And that ice cream was really good. But anyways, that is my trip to New York. That is the full trip. I know you didn't see all of it. Most of this I wanted to keep to myself. So I only recorded things that, you know, are popular and that we're going to end up in the video. And, you know, I wanted to enjoy it myself. I digress. That was my New York trip. Thank you so much for watching and staying along with this, my mini adventure. I hope to do another vlog soon, so check back for that. Bye! Oh yeah, please subscribe.